our 30-day sales growth live series, right? I'm your sales coach and mentor, Bharat Ogirala. So before we begin, just type in the chat if you can hear me okay, if you can see me okay. Is my audio and video clear? Okay. All right. I see some of those folks still joining in, so we'll just give it a couple more minutes. Guys, thank you again for joining this conversation today. Today is the day 2 of our 30-day sales growth live series, right? My name is Bharat Ogirala. I'm your sales coach and mentor. So far in the last 22 plus years, I've trained, coached, and mentored over 15,000 plus people on sales skills, leadership skills, and consultative selling techniques, right? And I'm happy to be here, and I'm conducting a 30-day live series. Today is day 2 of those 30-day live series. Okay, welcome to the session. So before we begin, I want you to type in the chat how many leads do you usually generate in a week, right? And how many of those actually respond back to you, right? Even if the number is very small, that's absolutely fine, but just let me know. And honestly, even if the number is low, just let me know how many leads you generate in a week. Because today's topic, is going to completely change the way you look at prospecting. Because most salespeople, think that they need more leads, but the fact is they don't need more leads, or you don't need more leads. All you need is the right number of leads, or probably you need those less number of leads are also fine, but the number of leads that you get should have the right intent, and they should be of good quality. So number of leads does not really matter, the quality of leads will definitely matter. And these leads most of the times are already around you. It's just that you need to identify them in the right way. Okay, but most people, what happens is they are, they go blind, when they are surrounded by these leads, and yeah, they go blind to them, so they don't see those leads existing around them. So today I'm going to show you how to, open your eyes and see those opportunities everywhere, right? So end of this session, you will know exactly where to find high intent leads every single day. Okay, even if it is you're just a fresher who just started sales, or even if you're an experienced sales player, so you will learn all of that. Okay, so type ready in case if you guys are ready. Type ready in the chat box if you guys are ready to learn these tips. Yeah. Okay, I see more people joining in, right? Hello guys, good evening everyone. All right, let's get into the context, right? So the modern prospecting formula for daily high intent leads, here is what it is. We will get straight into the point. All right, prospecting has changed. If you look at last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, the way we prospect has completely changed. Cold calling was once a super hit process, but not right now, right? So cold calling alone is not enough today, and random messages obviously do not work anymore, and spamming people by sending those cold emails, just checking emails, etc., all of that does not work anymore. So let's not do that. So today what I'm going to give you is a simple 3-step modern prospecting formula you can practically use every single day, all right, irrespective of which industry you belong to or you work in. All right, step 1 is find the buyers who are already who already have the plan to purchase this, right? So you need to find those customers who are out in the market to buy a product similar to what you're offering, or probably let's say you are offering a HRMS software. So you need to know which companies are those who are actually looking to change their existing vendor, or probably looking for a new software. So you need to look for those kind of posts on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is humongous, especially for professional networking, right? So that's where most of the people go when they want to look for new competitors or tools, right? So look for similar posts which are tagged, like for your software. For example, what we took is HRMS software. If there are somebody talking about suggest the best HRMS software or something like that. You need to go look for those kind of posts. Be a part of those groups which are relevant to your industry and your role, right? So let's say, same example for HRMS software, you should join groups of HR professionals globally, right? There are so many groups. When you type in HR professionals on LinkedIn, you will get a lot of groups. So join them so that you build your network, and whenever there is an opportunity, you will get to know through those network, right? Second, what you could look for is the company hiring notices, because the hiring notice or the hiring pattern of a company signals growth, which means they have the budget, right? So if the company is growing, obviously they have the budget. So that is not going to be a trouble for you going forward when you're qualifying the lead. All right. The third thing that you should look for is companies who are raising funding, right? So if people, or if the companies are approaching funding, or there are announcements coming in saying that we've raised funding for our company, I think those are companies you should target. And then you also look for decision makers engaging on your competitor posts. You know your competition already, so when you know them, obviously follow them as well. But whenever you see somebody from a different company posting on your competitor post, if they are your prospect, go reach out to them, right? That's one way that you could do. And then especially the group posts or any other LinkedIn posts where industry experts are commenting on it, go follow them, respond to that, comment them, like them. So your activity will help you place yourself as a strong vendor or partner in the market, right? So these all of these things, right? Looking at LinkedIn posts, company hiring notices, companies raising the fundings, decision makers engaging on your competitor posts, and also people commenting on industry problem posts. These are all hot signals for you. So you need to go back and connect with them, establish the connection, and then go ahead and message them that you offer so and so, and then build a relationship and take it forward. For example, if you do B2B SaaS sales, right? What you might want to look for on LinkedIn is, somebody is hiring sales, right? So you could put it as hiring sales, or hiring marketing, or expanding team, or launching a new product in a new market. So all of these are keywords that you can search for on LinkedIn so that you get the right audience. Okay, so those are your top targets. That's the first step. Now, step number two is using the three message rule, right? So there is no lengthy script or no lengthy structure. There's just a three message rule. Most people send boring messages like, hi sir, can we connect? I saw your experience. We are a part of the same group. So can we connect, right? I'd love to learn from you. Can we connect? These are all random messages. So instead of sending those random messages, don't do that. But instead you follow up with this three message rule, right? The first message is appreciate them, right? For example, hi Rohan, I saw you post about scaling your team. That's really really good insight. Congratulations on your recent funding, etc. Second type of message you could do is adding value. For example, you share a quick resource that might help your customer, right? Just let them know that, hey, I'm happy to share this, quick resource for you that might help you with lead generation, right? Let me know if it helps, right? You're giving a free resource to them. So that is going to add value to your customer. So you're not thinking about your company, but right now you're adding value to your customer even before they come and talk to you. That's today's type of selling, right? And the third type of message you need to do is asking, right? For example, hey, if you want, I can share a simple framework that many of our clients or many of our teams use to increase the number of qualified leads. If you want to look at that, I'm happy to share that. So you basically, there are three types that you did. The first one is you appreciate it. The second one is you send them a value add or a value addition. And the third is you're asking them if you want to learn more about what we offer. So that is how you engage with customers. This process has no pressure and there is no selling. You're just doing, quality conversation where you're only adding value and creating curiosity. Okay, that's step number two. Now the step number three is you need to use the tools that multiply your prospecting, 5x, 10x, 20x your prospecting. So these are easy tools and anybody can use it, right? So these are very very basic tools. The first one is LinkedIn search and filters. So LinkedIn again is a wonderful tool, especially when you're doing B2B prospecting. you need to know how to effectively use LinkedIn. So there is one which is LinkedIn free account, and then the other one is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. That is for, I would say, professionals who is looking for enterprise deals, etc. You will get all the account related information at one go. You have the right decision makers, etc. All of that comes in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. But LinkedIn itself is more than enough for most of the business, especially if you're in small and medium sized businesses. LinkedIn search and filters is the first thing. The second is a lot of databases available. For example, ZoomInfo, Apollo.io. These are instantly available data for with verified emails. But you cannot completely trust them. So per my experience, what I would say is don't completely trust these kind of databases that you buy in, but use your own methods to verify the data before you start emailing them, because there is also a problem where your domain might get stuck if you just sending bulk emails to unverified emails. So that's going to be a problem, so just be a little aware of that. And then the third tool that I would call is Lucia. I've personally used it. It is a really good tool where you find the direct phone numbers of the contacts. When you go onto the LinkedIn page, you have a Lucia extension, or you could just go to a contact page and then you click on the Lucia extension. It gives you the direct phone number of that particular contact. You also get the email as well, right? And then Phantom Booster is one of those tools that I used for automation. Phantom Booster helps you to automate a lot of tasks. For example, connecting or sending connection requests on LinkedIn, or going through viewing through the contacts LinkedIn page for a few seconds and then sending them a message, so that it feels like as if a human has gone through scroll through their pages and then sent a personalized message. So that's something that you can do using Phantom Buster, sorry. Right, and then Google Alerts. You could also look at Google Alerts or news for industry signals. You could create your own filters on what kind of news you want to get in, the feed in your feed. So obviously, you could use those filters to get the right signals for your particular industry. And then you can also look at some job sites. If you're in India, you could look at Naukri, Monster, or Indeed, etc. If you're outside India, Indeed is very famous, popular. So you could look for job postings on these kind of job sites. You know, so uh, you will get to know what are the latest trends in terms of hiring, in terms of the when there is a trend which is running in terms of a particular role hiring, you always know that there's going to be additional investment associated with that role hiring. So technology is going to be one part of it, or services is going to be another part of it. So there is an opportunity for you to go ahead and pitch into those customers. So that's one way of prospecting. Okay, now remember this, prospecting is not about just finding people, right? It's all about finding people at the right moment, right? So these guys are the right people, but it's not about just finding random people. You need to find the right person at the right time, so that they have a need, and you're also talking to a decision maker or an influencer, worst case scenario. All right, now if you follow these three steps that we spoke about, at least for the next 10 to 14 days, which is at least 2 weeks, right? I'm telling you, you can trust me, you will see a massive difference in your pipeline and your overall confidence levels. All right, so try it out. My recommendation is try it out. Now, I want you to drop in your questions in the chat. I think we're already 14 minutes close to on this live, so we have 1.5 minutes. So let's go ahead and take some questions. If you have any questions, please type it in the chat box. I'm going to read through them and answer them one by one. Right, let me know what questions you have. Are you struggling to find leads, or is your industry tough to find the prospects, or do people do not respond to your messages, or ask anything. I'm here for you, so you can ask me any questions if you have. Yeah, okay. Yeah, absolutely, you can use Lucia for that. Yes. That's true. That's true. It's not very easy to find leads, especially in a life sciences segment, because there are multiple stakeholders involved in each department, and also in each level. At also a project level, the stakeholders change. You never know. It's not always the C level or probably the senior most people. There are also situations where you will have to deal with the frontline or a junior level folks, especially for decision making in life sciences. So that's a very good point, Rakesh. Yeah. So again, remember this, right? Prospecting is not a talent. It's basically a daily habit that you inculcate. You learn and practice and make it as a habit. It's basically a habit. Is what I would personally call it as. It's not a talent, right? And if you learn the skill, right, of right prospecting, I'm sure your income will never go down again. That's something that I can tell you because I've seen this through experience. Now, if you really want to master your sales and build predictable growth path, I want to invite you to do two things. The first one is download my free course. It's called Sales Success Blueprint. I'm going to give you the link in the description below so you can download the free course and sign up for it. Inside the free course, I'm going to break down the key skills to build a strong sales foundation. So you will learn everything from lead generation, prospecting, lead qualification, handling objections, how to address tough conversations, etc. All of that is a part of this, right? The next thing that I want you to do is I want to invite you for my free live masterclass that happens every Saturday at 11 a.m. So tomorrow 11 a.m. I have a free masterclass. I'm going to share the link again in the comments box below so you can go through that and join the free masterclass where I'm going to show you how to fix your sales pipeline, right? I'm going to talk about create a 30-day growth plan for you, a crystal clear path for you where there is a set of habits and techniques that I'm going to teach you. You can practice that so that your pipeline increases, your closure rate increases, your relationship building increases, and then you have more long-term relationships with your customers. All right. And then next thing that I'm going to talk about is how to close deals faster. That's also something that I'm going to cover, and how to build confidence in tough terrains or tough markets. That's something that I'm going to cover in my masterclass. So the links for the sales success blueprint and also the free masterclass are in the description below. You can register right away because there are only few seats left, right? So let's build your sales career together. I'm open to have a conversation. In case if you want to have a one-on-one conversation, there's a calendar link as well in the description. You can go ahead and set up a call and we can have a call tomorrow. All right. Okay. Now, before we close, right, tomorrow in day three, we're going to dive into something extremely powerful. We're going to talk about cold calling mastery in 2026. All right. So make sure you join tomorrow sharp 9 p.m. Sorry, right. So join sharp 9 p.m. tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, guys, for joining in. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.